We're in it now. Knock on the window. Frightened us both to death. Policeman winds the window down. Hello, can I help you? Yeah. Can you step out the car? And he opened the door, and the door just fell off, straight on the floor, straight on his toes. He'd give me the look. He then looked forwards, no wing on the car, just a headlight taped in this bracket. It was like, right, out we come. So this week, doing a little story, doing a big, long delivery. So we've got London 2, Norfolk 1. That's in the number of bikes we've delivered. So, yeah, watch, see what happens. Nothing that exciting. Listen to a little story, and yeah, let's see you on the other side. Back of the ranch. Yep. If you don't want it to rain, don't wash your van. Anyway, we've got a right mammoth task on tomorrow. Couple of bikes. One to Norfolk, one to East London, and one South London. So we're going to get loaded. 2 of them are already in. So yeah, if you don't want it to rain, don't wash your van. Van's looking good today. Last week was a little bit embarrassed because it looked like a bit of a pig hole, to be quite honest. Which goes with the theme that this was actually a pig shed. So we'll have a look in the van, see how it works. Well, I think we saw it last week, but hey-ho. And we're going to do the journey tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. It's a long way to go to get all that. So there's the bikes in there, look. Hidden in there. That's a ramp down. And then in here, we have the little Honda MSX 125. This one that's going to Norfolk. This one is going to be, some lights on in here, 17th birthday present. Cute as a button, isn't it? So, as we go along the way tomorrow, might tell you a couple of stories, might not. Might just show you some good weather and some scenery. But apart from that, not a lot to tell really. So, yeah, enjoy the video. Couple did last week, so I said we'll do some more. Not many, to be fair. Don't blame you, I wouldn't. Boring as hell. But there you go. There's a little MSX. She's going in the van. Catch you on the next bit. So, people asked, you see, ramps in the van, how do we tie them down? Well, we change every time, to be fair, but depending on what bikes we've got in here, we've got 2 reasonable sized bikes in today. NT700, absolutely beautiful condition, and again, S1000R. This one will be going to East London. That one there is going to South London. The MSX is going to Norfolk, and its little spots here. We use chocks and things. We like to use the chocks. Just stops the front wheel sliding out underneath the bike, and we also like to get plenty of straps on. So if you look on that one, they're all a bit higgledy-piggledy, but on that one there's 4 straps. This one there's 3. You've got 2 pulling the bike forward, 1 pulling the bike back, and the wheel and a chock. You get a lot more bikes in the van. We see couriers get an awful lot of bikes in. But, you know, at the end of the day, we don't want things to be touching each other or causing bother or anything like that. So, we just put the minimum in that we have to. So there's my big thing of strops. Can't stop buying strops. Never can have enough. Yeah, and there's some more up there, look. So, in comes the MSX. So you see now, that's all 3 bikes in. Okay? These aren't big bikes, but each bike got a good amount of room around it. So we aren't looking to scratch anything, damage anything. This one, we've got triangulated. Front wheel pulled right to the front there. That can't go anywhere, it can just wobble from side to side. And the back, pulled back, either direction with cam buckles or ratchets. Everyone's different. Hate me in the comments, I don't care. But this is how we'll do it, and I'll do it on every single occasion I move a bike. So, but what you can see there, plenty of room around all of them. Riding pants in case I need to ride any. No, jobs are good. They're all in, all ready to go. I'm happy, they're all loaded safe. So, really, it's ramps up, innit? Ramps up, chocks away. Night, night. So, with all the luck in the world and some skill, hopefully they'll all arrive to their locations tomorrow in the same order that they've gone in. Look, even cleaned my van out. Brilliant. Okay, see you in the morning. 100% surefire way, as I said yesterday, to get rain is for me to wash my van. So we're just about to head off now. It's going to be a long one. 3 bikes. Let's go. Fire up the crafter. Oh yes, we've definitely washed the van. It's proper tipping it down. Anyway, just filled up for this 400 odd miles. 163 today. Somebody must be feeling embarrassed over their billions of pounds of profit, but never mind. And I've filled up on a breakfast roll. Absolutely stunning, to be fair. Bit of omelette, bit of sausage, bit of egg, bit of bacon. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, onwards. Look out the window, beautiful Lincolnshire Wolds countryside. It's an excellent drive down towards King's Lynn this morning, Fakenham in Norfolk, then on to London. Yeah, a little bit late getting away. We should have been quite a bit earlier, but boiler broke at home. It's just life, isn't it? Just life. So, yeah, broken boiler. That's in the back of my head for to do tomorrow, along with a couple of other bits and pieces. But most importantly, getting this little Honda Grom down to young girl for her birthday, so she can get riding, become a new rider, and yeah, 2 to London. Anything crops up along the way, I'll let you know. That's it. The love art's gone now from above my head, and not far from our drop off now in Fakenham, so we're getting the old half-hour jitters again, but we're nearly there. Absolutely lovely drive down, but horrible weather through the countryside of Norfolk. We love it. Yeah, it's nice to come this way for a change. Not really done often the bit from sort of Norfolk to London. No motorways here, so we're just trotting along at a nice steady pace, and we'll let you know when we get the little MSX Grom to young lady in Fakenham. She's going to love this bike, I'm sure. First bike's always great to see somebody else getting on the road, so I'm sure you'll appreciate. So yeah, let's get it to her, get it out of the van. There you go, all delivered. Give it a little rev if you like, make it make some noise. There you go. That's it, another happy customer. Dropped the bike in Norfolk, the Honda MSX 125, the Grom. Last looked absolutely chuffed to bits, a little bit scared of it, to be honest. She'll be another week or so before she passes her test, and then she can be out on the road on it, causing mayhem and whatever to the streets of Fakenham. We're now headed to East London, dropping an S1000R, naked super duper machine. Real low mileage bike. It's a lovely bike to Jacob. Jacob's not going to be there, I don't think, to see us, so we'll be putting the bike wherever his relative wants us to put it, so it's nice and safe for when he gets home. And yeah, 2.5 hours to run, 123 miles through Norfolk's great countryside, and I'm enjoying the drive, to be fair, today. It's miserable weather, but it's nice to see Norfolk for a change, and doing this little bit from Yarmouth to London, it's lovely. So down to the big smoke, capital of our great nation. So speak to you in a bit. M25, Dartford Tunnel bound. We're going over the bridge, I reckon. We've got 25 minutes to run to get to East London, which is fantastic. We're on the M25, it's nearly stopped raining, which will be about right. My van's thoroughly mucky now. Been a bit of a theme, that van, hasn't it? Well, so where did all this sort of start and begin and all the rest of it? Well, I guess if you a bike, car person, it's kind of in you, and it's in you your whole life. Never really goes away. So for me, it started. I had a little C90 when I was about 14 that cost me 15 quid, bought off an advert in the post office, and we used to ride that around the field, 3 up, doing wheelies on it, ripping the back mudguard off. Anyone who's had a C90 will know. And in the end, we ended up with broom handles shoved up the front forks for suspension. Now, that was kind of the start. Motors, noise, all the rest of it. So when I was 16, begged and borrowed off my mum, even though she didn't know what it was for. And let's be right, I had a nice upbringing and all the rest of it. Mum was on her own for a good long while, and yeah, so we didn't have a lot of money, and I begged and borrowed, and it's probably a family allowance and all that good stuff. And I don't really know what I told her I was buying, but anyway, I came back with a Mini, and I drove the Mini back about 5 miles, unbeknownst to me, man, because we said we were pushing it back. We always said we'd pushed it back. Anyway, we never. We drove it probably. Well, it's from Bridgley to Waltham. Get a map out. It was probably 4 miles. Pushed it down the last bit and put it in the garage. At which point she went absolutely ballistic. But it was all right because I mended a tumble dryer. So I was good at mending stuff. So mended the tumble dryer, got my little Mini. That little Mini, I spent ages doing it up, ready for my 17th birthday. I put wings on it with an arc welder. I put sills on it with an arc welder, which is just not good. And then, not my finest bit, in the corner, anyone who knows it, in the door jamb, in that box corner there, a little Mini 1000, bright yellow Mini she was ace. Well, in that bottom corner, in the door jamb, I thought I'd fill that. Yeah, we're not welding it, we'll fill it, I know best. And I shoved it full of everything I could, put the filler in it and everything else. Off I went. So then I couldn't wait, could I? I couldn't wait, and a friend came round one night, a friend called Trio, and we decided to go for a drive. And out into the countryside, middle of the night, and it broke down. Didn't really know what I was doing. Didn't really know how to drive. I knew a little bit. I'd driven a little auto test car, and I'd driven while I was away on my jollies in New Zealand as well, because you can drive when you're 16 there. So when it broke down, we tried to fix it, couldn't fix it. We walked a bit. We thought we were out of petrol. We did all sorts of things. But what the overwhelming thing was, we only had one wing on the car, and in a Mini there's a vent scoop, and this vent scoop, the tube that goes from the sort of grill to the inside of the car, wasn't there, and there was like a C-shaped metal hanger, for want of a better word, and in that I put the headlight, taped it in. Good job. Driver's door was put on, shut, not bolted on, so it was shut, so in and out the passenger side, that's how we were getting in and out. So anyway, yeah, 2 in the morning, we're sat, me and my mate sat in this car, looking around, going, oh God, how we go, what's next? Oh, well, we're in it now. Knock on the window, frightened us both to death. Policeman winds the window down. Hello, can I help you? Yeah. Can you step out the car? And he opened the door, and the door just fell off, straight on the floor, straight on his toes. He'd give me the look. He then looked forwards, no wing on the car, just a headlight taped in this bracket. It was like, right, out we come. So that wasn't my finest start, because I set off on my driving career with 12 points on my licence, no insurance, no MOT, didn't get points for no tax, but no licence. So, as you can imagine, not the best start to go, and I don't recommend it to anybody. So, anyway, 17th birthday come, it wasn't putting me off, I was working hard, I was doing some A-levels, yeah, they didn't agree with me, so we left them. School asked me to leave, so I left. Something to do with being on the roof, I think, throwing a frisbee. But anyway, we moved on. I was working as a joiner, putting potato boxes together. Had a lot of jobs around that time, 13 jobs in a short time. Needed money for cars, so I had my licence and everything else. Mum hadn't got any, so anyway, time come, get the little Mini MOT'd. I could drive it to work legally. Passed me test, all that. Could drive it to work legally. So, because it was having an MOT, booked him an MOT, you could drive it to and from the MOT testing station without being MOT'd or taxed. Just saying. So, drove it to work. Dinner time come. MOT was booked for 4 o'clock. We were kind of working on our own on piecework in there. It was a fantastic place to work. We were working, building these potato boxes, 20 of us, and we used to play football in there, job and knock. So, anyway, dinner time. I thought I'd show off some skills in the car park. So I'm doing J-turns, reverse flicks, handbrake turns, all the rest of it. Straight into a wall. Smashed all the front end in. Fantastic. So, the MOT was booked at 4. Seemed pointless not to go. Even though the front of the car was all stoved in, at least I'd have a list. So, drove it to the MOT, got my list. One of the things being, the inner wheel arch on the driver's side was rotten. So, how could that be? I'd hidden it so well. MOT man, hello son, must have been looking at me, 17 years old, thinking, what on earth? Anyway, hello son, yeah, your car's failed. Oh, was it? Look of shock on my face. Yeah, no headlights, no front indicators, front bumper insecure, front subframe mountings broke, anyone knows a Mini, you'll know why. And this rot in the driver's side, in a wheel arch. Okay, yeah. He said, son, look at this. He said, somebody has filled this inner wheel arch with newspaper. How can that be? Who would have done such a stupid thing as that? Well, I'm thinking I didn't go in there and put it in there. Anyway, I did it from the other side, not thinking the two were linked. Yeah, well, son, the date on the newspaper was about 2 weeks old, so that's the day it was you. So, yeah, how stupid did I feel as I walked away with my tail in my legs, an MOT failure, and a car that I've been doing up for a year. That was the first one. I'll tell you about the next Mini another time, when I'm bored. Crossing the Queen Elizabeth Bridge over the Thames. God rest her soul, Her Majesty. So we're just crossing the Dartford crossing. What was the reason for the little car story? Well, I don't know. Years and years and years, everyone keeps telling me to write a book. Over the years, literally thousands of vehicles, cars, I don't know, I couldn't even begin, but definitely be in the thousands, definitely. And a lot of them, especially the early ones, have got some great stories to tell. Got some stories of towing cars for hundreds of miles, Victoria's towing camper vans through France. We'll get to them, but that's the reason. So, needed a little start, didn't it? Needed a start. Where can we start the conversation? Well, with the first car. So, done that. People tell me to write this book, and I'll never get around to it. Never get around to it. I wish I could, because, wow. So, I figured, while I'm bored of driving, I can tell them here, can't I? Stories of my mother, wonderful crashes, all this good stuff. So, every time I'm out delivering, try and do it once a week, I'll drop you a little story of a little car story. Could be a motorbike story, could be a mother story on her delights of her driving, because she's not the best, bless her. So yeah, that's my thoughts really. As I'm bored, I'm going to try and relate some of these, and I'll put them out there. We'll put them on YouTube. And you can be bored to tears or laugh along with me. Some of my mates will know these stories and they'll be howling, because most of them were involved at some point. So yeah, let's just do that. Anyway, we've got 20 minutes now, and I'm dropping the S1000R. No real nerves about this because the chap is not going to be there, so shouldn't really get nervous about him not being there. Well, he might be there. If he's there, that's brilliant, lovely, brilliant. Show him his new bike, see his happy face when he sees it. But most likely, I think it's a relative I'm meeting. So we'll just put the bike away for him and wait to hear when he gets home. So thanks very much for being crazy enough to watch this again. I'm off. On to the next. We're here. You're out of gear. Start her up. Yep. We've arrived. Right, tell me how nice the van is.
Yeah, I'm genuinely, and I mean it.
Thank you.
That's enough of that.
She's nice, isn't she? I'll work out. It's good. Show where I'm going. Round the back. Hiding round there. So let's get it in. That's it then. Keys to a dream.
Well done.
Time to give us a ring. Anything he needs to know.
Okay.
Anything at all.
All right, well, thank you.
No worries. I'm off to South London now. Drop another.
New, isn't it, your van?
No, it's nearly 3 years old. We're just about due for another.
Sorry?
Nearly 3 years old.
Wow.
And I use it all the time.
You look after it.
Best to, isn't it?
Oh, you've got to, haven't you?
You've got to. I do a lot of miles in it. It's me. It's my company. I do
How
it.
long have you been working for yourself then?
4 years since I gave up being an engineer on tugboats. But I've always messed with motorbike. The bikes we've done for about 10 years now. 10 years.
You're doing okay?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm here, aren't I? Smiling.
See? I see.
Right, South London, here I come. Thank you so much. Bye now. Bye-bye. Well, that's another fine example of the lovely people you get to meet. Absolutely lovely lady. I think we were in and out of there. Probably took 5 minutes, if that, to unload and put the bike around the back where it was safe. And yeah, that's us heading on now. So 50 minutes now across London, and then we should be dropping the Honda NT 700. Great economical bike, fantastic for the commuter and all the rest of it. So yeah, let's get on to the other side of London, and hopefully that'll all be good when we get there. It will be. It always is, but still, we still think about it. So on we go. Love driving in London. Woo. Not so sure about that, but anyway, I've got 4 miles to run, 17 minutes. Drop the bike off. The young man who's bought this one doesn't want to be on the video, which is fine. Don't mind. So yeah, we'll get this one dropped off. Hopefully he's a happy boy, and then turn and burn to Grimsby. Might tell you about my other Mini, might not. See how we go. London town. Fair, we're just sort of outskirts here, so it's not as bad as it could be. Don't know if I've got a congestion charge to pay. I'll probably drive down one of them roads that you're not allowed down in a van and get fined hundreds of pounds, like I did last time. I managed to hit 2 of them in one day. But if we're lucky, we'll miss them. Just pay a congestion charge. We'll see. We've definitely got that for tunnel, 2 ways. So congestion charge maybe, and then try not to get fined to spend any more money dropping them here. But there we go. Says it's Istanbul. It's not. It's definitely London. So, another delighted customer. Didn't want to be pictured or filmed, which is absolutely fine, and then he explained his job, and there's a reason. He works in the prison service, so doesn't want people to know where he is and everything else, which is absolutely, you know, hats off to the man. So yeah, now let's get in this London traffic. Let's get out of London, how long that's going to take, and head up to sunny Grimsby, which we're not got a bad time for an ETA. 10 to 7, so 4 hours from here, 200 miles, bang on. Let's do it. Supercrafter, get us back home quick as you can. Speak to you along the way. How does anyone get anything done? I mean, I've been 2.5 hours in London now, and wow, we've done about 15 mile in total. This is absolutely insane. Here we go, it's all kicking off as well, look. Lovely. Take a chill pill, or the bus. So, we've cleared London now, thank the Lord. It's 4:30, seems to have taken forever, and it's stuck an hour on my journey anyway, so get home a little bit later, don't matter. It's warm in the van, van's mucky, I've got to clean it again. Gutted, what a waste. Anyway, bit bored. We've just done the afternoon show on Radio 2, and should have done this then, because I was more bored. But anyway, do another little mini story for my second mini, because the first one never really got off the ground, did it? That poor little mini. I'm trying to remember what actually happened to it. I think I sold it. Sold it when I bought the next one, which was a 1969 Mini Mark II. Quite a rare car, on an hydroelastic suspension, sliding windows, bit of wire for a door, you know the job, in beige. What a beauty. Well, that car cost me a whopping 140 quid. 140 quid. I had to borrow some, a lot of police going that way. I had to borrow some money off my auntie this time. Well, I don't think I borrowed the money, I think she was like a guarantor for the insurance or something like that. So, but this one, by now, I'm legal, I'm on the road, I'm ready to go. So, I buys my little mini. This one was 140 quid. In beige, as I said before, with a red sort of leatherette. Could have even been leather, looking back in the day. And, yeah, the world was my oyster. I loved it. For the full probably week that I owned it. Yeah. So we're heading over to see my dad, who used to live in sunny Barnsley. Well, to be fair. And drove over there one sunny Sunday afternoon with my sister. And she was very young then, she'd be about 12. There's me, 17. Cock of the walk, beige Mini, 850 this one, Mini 850. Barely drag itself out of bed. Anyway, on the way there, it's about 70 miles, a little whiff of fuel every now and again. Nothing too bad, so never thought any more of it. Anyway, visited my dad, usual thing, probably a bit of Sunday dinner, something to eat, maybe a drink, turn and burn, come back. Before we left, he gave me a load of rigger's gloves and some overalls and some other bits and pieces. That he was a scaffolder, he used to sort of get me this gear, and we set off back. So just before I set off, I smelt the fuel again. So me being the young engineering type, wanted to fix the damn thing myself, has a look under the bonnet, sees that the carburettor is leaking out of the float bowl. Now if you know your minis, you'll know exactly where that carburettor is, where it's located, just above the exhaust manifold. That's right. Could be a better place than petrol to be dripping. So I thought, right, you know, I'm a clever kid. I can stop that dripping. No problem at all. I tie a rag around it. So I tied a rag around the carburettor that was dripping petrol just above the exhaust. Now, I can hear you all scoff. Yep. What I just created was a Molotov cocktail in a Mini. I thought I fixed it. Anyway, we set off back and we did probably 15 miles, 20 miles to a place called Goldthorpe. Went through Goldthorpe to Hickleton. As we come to Hickleton, those again who are familiar with the old Mini 850, round speedo in the middle, started filling up with smoke. No, speedo's filling up with smoke. No bother, pulled to the side of the road, had a look under the bonnet. Whoa, my rags fell off. The rags fell off, it's on fire. So the rag's on fire. Sister by this time has got old style seatbelts. Some people won't even remember them, but the one's like an aeroplane seatbelt. So they click, you've got to fight to undo them. So she's fighting and fighting and fighting. She can't get out of the seatbelt. Leaps out the cars, jumping over every hedge, every garden. Ah, my brother's car's on fire, my brother's car's on fire. In the meanwhile, I'm in the boot. I'm cool and calm. I get a pair of rigger's gloves out that my dad's just given me. Go under the bonnet, pull this burning rag out, jog it side of the road, carry on my journey. Oh no. By the time I got to the front of the car again, the bonnet was blistering, so it's all holy hell's kicking off there. So retreat to a safe distance. At which point, a coach pulls up. Yeah, I make this stuff up. Coach pulls up, driver jumps out. Don't worry, son, I'll save the day. I've got a fire extinguisher. So brilliant. As we stood watching my Mini burn, he walked up to it and he'd got what I can only describe. He used to get kits for Christmas. A man kit or dad kit, and in there would be the worst screwdriver in the world, the worst hammer in the world, some kind of torch that took massive batteries, and in this case, what was about the size of a can of Lynx, can of water, aerosol. So I grabbed the coach driver from the back. Whoa! Don't spray that on that car. You know, there's not enough there. It won't work. Whatever. And with that, the aforementioned hydroelastic suspension exploded. The Mini jumped about 3 foot in the air and then landed on its belly in an absolute ball of flames. So yeah, that was that one gone. So quick call to the car insurance on the Monday. Last I saw the car, it was being put on the back as an empty shell in the back of a recovery truck, and had to call someone to come and get me from home in Grimsby. Not happy. So there's me Mini number one, lasted a week. Mini number two, sorry, the number one on the road. And don't worry, I thought to myself, my insurance all covered. My third party fire and theft has got me covered with the AA. When you used to have to actually go into a building and get your car insurance. Anyway, rings the AA. Yes, no problem at all. We'll pay you out on that one. Okay. The princely sum of 45 quid. I kid you not. 45 quid. I paid them £144 for insurance the week before. The car cost me 150. I'm not paying you anymore then. I'm not paying the instalments. No, you've got to. You've got to pay the instalments. And if you don't pay, your auntie, who is guarantor on your payments, well, we'll just come and take it from her. So I paid the payments. Yeah, I know. Lost the car, lost my money. Back to square one. Need to get another one. Next Mini on the agenda, we'll talk about later. So, today's nutter. I don't know how many times, I don't know anyone else has seen any of the other videos or any of our ads or anything, but I don't know how many times, if you've got a part exchange, go on the part exchange form, tell me all about what you've got, I'll consider it. Anything. Hello mate, I'll give you £1,000 and my Rover for your car. Will you? Right, well, I'm going to need more detail than that, probably. So, I didn't just ignore it, I perhaps should have done. I replied with, could we have some details on your Rover 2000 TC? Please. So I can, you know, have something to consider. And he sent back the blurredest picture you've ever seen in your life. And it said, this one. It has some cracks in the seat. Thanks for that. What shall I give you for that then? 7,000? 10,000? 2,000? I don't know. You'll have to do better. See me, must do better. Dip. We're back again. Back to the ranch. Long day. Done. Dusted. Couple of stories told. Fakenham. Bit of data on the day. You could always come and get your own. Here we go. 439 miles. 10 hours 54. Yeah. Yep. Come and get your own bikes. Only kidding. Just appreciate it's not a postal service. So we made it. We did the journey. Long week. Long day that was. Just finished digging in God knows how many trees around the ranch. So, yeah, physically tired now, which, don't really like that. But anyway, thanks for making it to the end, because, yeah, these can be pretty boring. Hope you like the little stories. This week we've got coming. We should have a bit more of a vid. This one is getting delivered. This is going to Tipton. And then, little one around the back there. Our super duper Europa. That one is going down to Southampton, and we'll be delivering that both on the same day. One will be being driven, one goes on the trailer. And then, believe it or not, a piano to deliver and a monkey to pick up. So, thanks for watching. You know it's appreciated. I don't know why you would want to watch something like this, but you do, so thank you for that. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the little trip. London 2, Norwich 1. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.